Hey guys, this is System, and this is ATM9 to the sky. Myself, I'm having a wonderful day. Hope you guys all are as well. Go to jump forward, back into this pretty cool package. In between episodes, well, first off, I haven't recorded videos in a few days. I had a death in the family, unfortunately, so I had to, deal with that stuff and all that jazz. But I'm back at it, and we're gonna get back into this mod pack. So that's where it was. I did disappear. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back into it here, baby. If I get to the right view, there you go. What I did in between episodes was set up, nitro reactors, right? So we were on Spirited. I had 3. We now have 6 nitro reactors. Each one of these produces about 480,000 RF tech. So we have close to 3 million now, which is not too bad. These ones here I'm barely using anymore. I'll probably end up breaking them down, but because that's the thing. Got these upgraded to nitro as well, so we are looking pretty good in that regards. Added a few seeds as well. So over here, I think I added most of our alloys. So we have Signalium, Indarium, Invar, Constam, Apatite, Lumium, and then I think I added Sulfur as well. We don't really need that, but I added it anyway. And we're looking pretty good in this regards. Someone showed me a cool setting here too. So you notice there's no bone meal effects right now, but you're getting the particle effects from the lily pads. You go to Options, Video Settings, and it was under Particles. I never knew this was here. But you can just disable certain particles. So if you hunt down, what was the one I used? It was called Happy Villager, I think. Yeah, this one right here. You disable this one, it'll disable all the bone meal effects, but leave everything else on. So it's not like you have to disable all the particles just to have them go away. You can find out the right ones in there. Then you just, you don't have to see the particles anymore, which I thought was rad. I never knew that was the setting with the shaders and stuff, so I thought that was pretty cool there. And another thing, too, I had an issue with my mob farm with the update. We're on 1.05 now. Oh, we have Simply Lights. Simply Lights, so we have these again. So that's actually awesome. But the mob farm, I kind of changed it around. So I moved all that stuff, and what I did, I started getting the Angry Enderman kind of wander around my base again, right? So every time one of those little baby Endermen die, you get some of those Angry Endermen. And they get stuck on the wall sometimes, and then they teleport to get out of your base, right? So I put one of these down. It is a interdiction torch from Reliquary. You need a Batwing, not that big a deal. And then like a multi-core, I think that's a magma slime drop. But as long as you have that, it's pretty easy to make. But with that, as long as you keep it the right distance away, so they push things up to 4 blocks away, back, right? So they just push mobs back. So I have it 3 blocks away from the wall. This one is the wall. So when they spawn the wall, they get pushed back, and they're not getting out anymore. So that's the big thing. So that was a nice little fix for that. Because, I'm not sure how to fix that. I swear in just regular ATM9, my little circle around with the cobblestone with the dreadful dirt worked just fine. But in this one, it's not working. It's not doing the thing. They're still getting out. So anyway, I saw that. I don't think I really did anything except for make us a new tool. So we have this one here, Atomic Disassembler. Really make that we have Mechanism fully upgraded. And just a really good multi-tool. And you kind of go to it and just shift. Oh, we're on something. There you go. Shift and then mouse wheel. Go to different modes here, so it has a fast, slow, and normal mode, and it's just really good, and it has pretty good damage too. 21 attack damage, so not bad at all, and quite happy that we have that. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is go ahead and plant ourselves a all-the-bodium seed, right? So we'll go ahead and get that done. Need one of these here, a magic coal soil, and that should be done there. Got our soil, got our seed, and with that, should be able to go ahead and get this planted. The actual seed itself is pretty easy too, so it just takes 4 blocks of all the modium, so pretty cool there. Then some obsidian blocks and the soil here, which is acting as the crux, right? Takes the dragon scales, which drop from the dragon, some blocks here, then a farmland, which you could just do with this recipe here. Really easy. So let's go ahead and put that in the farm. Then that will be one more resource to take care of just like that. Now you can get these, this stuff other ways as well. So you can actually get it, I think, via the ore laser. But honestly, I don't see a point. So anyway, let's go ahead and drop that right there. I shouldn't have broke that one either. Need some more fert, so we'll go ahead and grab some fertilizer. That is good. We got a hoe, and everything's good in the world, right? That, fantastic. And that's already grown, right? And that should start being farmed. So we just need to add that one to a crafter. We'll do that one in a little bit, because we're going to be setting up another seed here in a couple minutes for rubber seed, which is going to make us latex. But we now have infinite all-the-bodium, which is amazing. So the next thing we're going to do is do a setup here to actually get us latex, right? So go to, latex here. It's going to be a main kind of component into industrial foregoing. It's really easy to set up here, and we need it to do some crafting to get us to some machine frames and some other jazz that we need to get to, right? So in here, one of the machines it wants us to make is a simple machine frame. That takes a little bit of latex inside this dissolution chamber. So we're going to go ahead and automate that. Very small, very discreet, and all we need, we'll be able to speed it up pretty quickly. It's going to be a very simple, very clean setup here. So let's go ahead and grab that, and that. So what we need here is some of these fluid extractors. Put one down there, put one down there. You can rotate these really easy with an immersive hammer. They don't really rotate with a lot of tools, but there are some tools that work on it. But this will basically suck juice out of wood and turn it into latex, right? So the wood you actually want to use for this is going to be acacia. So go ahead and grab that. We're getting this from our spoils bags from our mob farm. So that's pretty cool there. But put this down. Every time that goes through a cycle, it's actually going to produce a little bit of latex, right? And depending on the wood you get more, acacia produces the most. So I'm going to use acacia for the most part. That has the EMC, so you could grab it that way as well. The way we're going to place the wood every time, because it will break it after a while. Let's go ahead and grab a formation core. Formation plane. This is the active one again. Works really well. And we'll go ahead and hopefully get that on there. There you go. Oh, try that again. That looks good there. Then on top of that, on the back of these, we'll probably just go ahead and grab some interfaces like this. Put one there, put one there. Then we want to go ahead and grab the induction curves. We'll have one in this one, just to power the machine. This one as well. Then I guess all we need to really do is hook this up, and this is already pretty much done for the first part of it. And then we'll have some fluid storage here as well. We'll just put the fluid storage in right now, I guess. So we'll put the fluid storage up here. We're just going to use a fluid drawer from functional storage here. I'm only going to put one upgrade in it because we don't need a ton of storage. I think this is like 300 and some buckets, so should be more than enough. You don't need a ton of this stuff at all whatsoever, so not really much point to put much more of it. Then we'll put that back there and go ahead and grab that. Priority on this to, I guess, +1. I guess as long as it always stores it here, it doesn't really matter, right? So that is good. And that should be effectively done. All we really need to do is go ahead and configure these machines. So which way are we looking? We are looking north, right? So we're going to go into here, go to the sides, make sure the north is set to push. And I guess we do the same thing on this one, but it's probably this side now. That is good. And with that, you can see there, the latex is actually ending up the system, and we're getting our latex, right? So once we get a bucket, we actually use a bucket to actually get us some of this here, the tiny dry rubber. I think this is called dry rubber now, right? Rubber. There you go. And with this, we could actually turn it into this dry rubber. With that, we could actually grab 4 of those, then make a rubber seed, at which point we never have to deal with, I guess, rubber again, because it'll just be automatically made in the background. So what I have here is a latex processing plant. Go ahead and pop that down. Like I said, I'm not going to do a permanent setup with this because it's going to be very short term. Go ahead and fill that up with some water here, I guess. Let's just go, which way is that now? That is south. Make sure it can pull in the water. Pull. There you go. That should get water, no problem. Inside here, we should have in our system, latex now. Latex. Go. Guess we don't have any buckets in there. Pretty sure you can just click that and it'll just pull buckets, right? Go here. Try that again. There we go. Actually got a bucket. Go ahead and pop this into here. Oops, put it in. It should start producing the actual rubber. I just need 2 more buckets and then we're already ready to move on, right? So I think it's only 700 milk buckets to actually make each one of these, right? I guess it doesn't tell you. It is 750 though. Yeah, there's 250 left. So once we have that, we'll go ahead and make our seed, set up the crafting, then move on to the next part here, which is the dissolution chamber. We'll be able to make upgrades for this as well. Let's go ahead and just speed this up too. Just like that, we have our 4 dry rubber here. Just go ahead and drop that off, and we should get ourselves a rubber seed pretty quickly, which point we get that planted and set up the auto crafting, right? Super simple, super easy. And like I said, you can just go ahead and use this stuff to actually produce several different kinds of rubber, I think, actually. Yeah, there's actually the dry rubber. That one from Productive Freeze. I've never used that mod. And then you get this one from Thermal, which you barely use ever. So that is actually pretty cool there. And we'll get the auto crafting, I guess, set up next. Now this recipe will only get us nuggets, but that's more than enough. They'll just build up over time. We'll have to throw that into a drawer, I guess, and get that set up. But we also have a rubber as well. So you see there, we're actually getting a rubber as well. Each recipe that will actually get us 8, so we'll end up with a ton of that as well. Gonna have to set up a drawer for that. But that handles both of those. I think all our crafters are filled up though. Have to get some more set up here. We're gonna do another row of them up here, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. Really loving this auto crafting system that we have set up. It's actually working really well. Last thing we need to do is go ahead and set up a smelting recipe for this dry rubber to be turned into plastic like this. Then we just go ahead and hunt down our netherite furnace wherever it's at. Where's that? Right there. There you go. Go ahead and pop that recipe in there. At which point we should be able to make plastic no problem, right? Go ourselves grab 40. And that should get done relatively quickly. There we go. Awesome. Now that we have that, we should be able to make the dissolution chamber. So we need this puppy here, right? So let's go ahead and grab that. There you go. Go ahead and grab the chamber. With this, we'll be able to automate, I guess, upgrades for all our machines with this mod, as well as do a bunch of other crafting that we'll end up having to do. So let's go ahead and pop the chamber down there. Go ahead and grab ourselves a pattern provider. Go ahead and pop that there. On the back, we'll need another induction, of course. Let's go ahead and grab our network tool, because that's where they're all at, I think. Got one right there. Go ahead and pop that there. And then the recipe we're going to want in here, we'll probably set up a recipe right away. I guess the simple machine frame. Go ahead and do that one. I'm going to probably do the upgrades as well. Let's go ahead and grab the simple machine frame. Where is it? It's in this one, right? So if we go to the breed fisher, the quest line actually wants us to make this one. So let's go ahead and grab that there. Go ahead and pop that inside the actual provider. I guess I didn't have to come back here, but I have to configure the machine either way. And it was north again, right? So make sure we have the output on this set to push on the north. So that should work right there. And that should be a fully automated machine. So if I actually go ahead and go for a simple down to help craft this thing, should move all the items in here, including the liquid, right? So it's moving the latex in here as well. It's going to craft it up. It's pretty slow to start here, but it'll get done. You know what I mean? It's pretty slow. We can make this a lot faster too, like I said. Just need to go ahead and make the actual upgrades for it. There you go. Actually have one done. We have everything we need to actually make our breed fisher, which was part of a quest as well. So let's go ahead and grab that. Go ahead and grab the actual marine fisher. Yes, let's do that. Grab ourselves the fisher. Fantastic. We have that one done, right? And this is all main quest line. It's part of the reason I'm doing it too. So down here, it wants us to make this puppy. Wanted us the time of the bottle, which we already did. Then it wants us to get the ore laser base as well. So we'll go ahead and get that all done. We need to do more for the ore laser base, but once we're done that, we're finished. The upgrades we need to make are pretty easy to make as well. We should be able to already start that process. Go to, I guess, what is it, industrial? These ones down here. You want the tier 2s, right? So I'm going to go ahead and set up auto crafting for all these ones, but they're only a bucket of latex each, which is coming in super fast. I've gone ahead and made us a batch of the upgrades here. So I just throw these in here. So each one of them can take a add-on speed tier 2, processing tier 2, and efficiency tier 2. You can see here how much faster it actually goes to. So it's way, way quicker. Makes it go super fast and everything's good in the world. Should have another batch of them in here too. So let's go ahead and grab that. Go ahead and drop these ones off in here. That'll actually get us the, I guess, the latex way quicker as well. This will kind of just build up over time too. You don't need much latex. You really don't. You just use it to craft simple machine frames. I guess the different levels of machine frames as well as the upgrades, right? So it'll just build up over time. There's no reason to, I guess, have a lot of this stuff. So not too concerned about that. You'll see how much faster this is too. So I already made one of them, but let's go ahead and do that there. Look how much faster that is, like way quicker than it was previously. So very worth doing, very easy to do. And that's effectively our entire setup for that. We are pretty much done there. Like I said, that'll just kind of buffer it here in time until we have like 334 buckets, I think that says. Maybe it says 384 buckets, at which point it'll just kind of stop. But we always have access to it whenever we need it. So yeah, that has done that part. Let's go ahead and set up the marine fisher, I guess, just so we have it. We don't have any ink sacs yet. I think that's going to be my only way to get ink sacs unless I do some R's Island thing. So we'll just use this instead. Okay, let's go ahead and get this marine fisher down, right? So like I said, I'm not really sure what stuff we need out of this, but it is part of the main quest line. So there must be something in there that we need to kind of move forward. So in here, we've got the marine fisher. Let's go ahead and grab that. Go ahead and just break that as well. We don't need that block there. Do need to have a way to power it. This one will just use a flux point. We don't need an interface or anything on this one. Although we could use one, but I want to do the storage for it right here. So what we'll do is go ahead and grab a barrel here. Go ahead. I think we got to set the output on the top. So we're going to do a push on that one. Everything's going to end up in here. We'll have some of these stack upgrades and some advanced void upgrades as well. See here, it's actually starting to automatically produce as well. Should go ahead and make a couple of these as well. Let's go ahead and do that. One of them, and then one right here. There you go. Already have 17 buckets of latex. Once you have those speed upgrades in there, it produces pretty quickly. But we'll go ahead and toss those in there. That looks good. See how fast it goes now. Should produce pretty quickly. Yeah, not bad at all. So that's good there. And this thing will just kind of produce infinitely, right? So there's not really anything else we really need to do with it. We just need to kind of set it up for storage. What we'll do here is set the priority to minus 1,000. I don't want A2 to ever store anything in this barrel except for the stuff that's in the barrel. So we set it to a negative number. will try to go there last, right? So if it has absolutely no other place to put stuff, it may put stuff in here. But that's good. I guess we could also do this just to make sure it never happens, right? I can set it to extract only. If I set it to extract only, it'll do basically the same thing, except for it will literally never put anything in here. So if I'm ever like cleaning my drives or anything, I don't have to worry about it. But that's good there. I think that's everything. I'm not sure exactly all the drops we're to get. I'm kind of curious here. Let's actually speed this up a little bit. Up to 128. You can see how fast it gets here. So yeah, this is why I want the filters and stuff, right? So here, we definitely don't want the bows and stuff. So what I'll do is turn that to tags, right? What you can do with tags is drop like a bow in here, right? And you go over here to the plus sign. Then you can use your mouse wheel. Choose the one you want. I want it on bows. Just do that. And that, from this point, should void off every bow it finds. Then we do the same thing, I guess, with fishing rods stuff. So it's a nice, easy way to kind of do your filtering just by tag, right? Really good for armors and stuff. There you go. Got, I guess, all armor. I guess we'll do that one. And with that, that should pretty much handle that. So I've gone ahead and made us another machine here from Industrial Foregoing. This one is the Bob Slaughter Factory. So we're going to be using that to produce pink slime. It produces meat as well, but we don't actually need meat. Not concerned about that as well. At all, I should say. I did go ahead and make the range tier 3. So that's going to make it so kind of work in a larger area. So I'm going to do that there. Should work in a 7x7 with that one. We'll need power as well. So we'll just do this over here. With that, it should automatically start working here and getting us liquid meat as well as pink slime, right? So I'm going to just go ahead and pop in a set of upgrades here. See how fast it goes. No problem at all. Hit down here. I already have the mob farm turned off right now. So the crusher is not working right now. So it's only set to this. We only need so much of this pink slime. Then we'll not really need any more. So not too concerned about that. Go ahead and throw a fluid drawer down here. Then on this one, the pink slime. On the down, I guess, we'll have a push. And this should keep working. I'm pretty sure it keeps working anyway. Otherwise, we'll need a second one. Yeah, it doesn't care that the meat's full. Honestly, I don't need the meat. The meat's only really used for the ore washing. And I think it'd be used to set up a mob farm as well. But we don't need that kind of mob farm at all. So I'm not going to worry about that. The mechanical dirt is what it's called. But anyway, that's good there. So it's getting slime. We already have 6.5 buckets there, which is more than enough. Production, I should say. I'll probably go ahead and throw in an upgrade or two. So let's go ahead and do 384. Yeah, we'll do the same as the other one. Then we'll just go ahead and throw a storage bus on this, like this here. I realized I need to go back to the other one too. I never filtered it. I really should have did this so it never gets any liquid other than this in here. So that should be fine there. And then that should be good. I think we're actually pretty awesome there. I don't want to do extract only. That can mess things up on this thing, actually. We will set the priority to minus 100. I just don't want it to go anywhere else. So that is good there. And that should pretty much handle everything. So let's go ahead and get that hooked up to the system here. Let's do that. And with that, we should have, I guess, infinite pink slime. Like I said, I'll probably just let this fill up. Then I'll turn the Bob Crusher back on. But that'll handle all our pink slime needs. We don't have a massive amount of needs for this material, but it's going to be something that we do need a little bit to produce the better machine frames. We got one for free, I guess, from the, it was here, the Marine Fisher quest. So we have that already. But if we want to make more, we need to have a way to produce it, and now we have it. So just like that, pink slime taken care of, and we don't have to worry about that anymore. Probably go ahead and set up the recipes for those better machine frames. And with that, we should be able to make the better machine frames. So we'll go to here now. Try to craft the advanced machine frame, just like this. We should actually see that pretty quickly. There you go, the pink slime. It did the thing. That's good there. And like I said on the back here, I should probably go ahead and filter this as well, so it's never an issue. Shouldn't ever really be an issue, but it's one of those things that's nice to make sure that fluids don't ever end up like in your storages in case they ever get completely empty, right? That way we don't have to worry about it. It's just filtered. It's the only thing that'll ever go in there. So anyway, that is good, and we got one more kind of thing to take care of here. So we're going ahead and done a little bit of crafting here. We're going to go ahead and set this up here. These are the laser drills. It's going to be used for the ore laser base, which we're going to automate here pretty quickly. So the way you kind of want this is to have these little circles all pointed at this machine here, the ore laser base. You put it right there. There you go. You should start getting some particles here, and that means it's all linked up. They can all see it. They all have a target when we open it up here. I think we spin this around like that. It'll say this one doesn't have a target. I guess it still has a target. I didn't think that would work. It's looking the wrong way. How's that working? There's no way that could work. There you go. For some reason it hadn't updated yet there. 404 not found. So that is completely wrong and not how you want it there. I don't know why I did that either when I could have just spun it around again. Let's go ahead and spin that around here. So what this thing does is void mines, right? So it just finds ores. And one of the things it can find is all the bodium. So if you actually put a block in here, it works as a lens. Normally you'd use like a lens like this right here. You'd have to make it inside the dissolution chamber. And then it could be able to find different ores and stuff, right? Well, all we're going to use it for is more all the bodium, because why not, right? So that'll be what we kind of set this up for. Should be pretty easy. So anyway, let's go ahead, break this back here. So get back here. We'll want to go ahead and power all these machines, I suppose. What we'll do is I made some of these here universal cable. So they'll be just good little power cables here. This machine, or I should say this area, is a little compact too. I guess we'll have to sort that out, but either way, that's good there. Then I guess we'll need a point as well. So let's go ahead and hunt down a point here. We don't have any. Let's go ahead and grab one really quickly. Just get those cables powered here. Something like that. Go ahead and power them. And that should work. So everyone has powered out. And you can see here it's actually started the progress. When that gets up to 100%, I think we actually get an ore is the way it works here. I did go ahead and make a bunch of the upgrades as well. So let's go ahead and grab... oh, we need to set the height too. I didn't set the height. So if you go into a resource, right? So we'll go all the modium. Check that out. Go to here. It's going to give us raw ore, right? Let's go here. This thing has to be set to min Y max. Oh, it's a giant range, so we shouldn't even have to worry about it. That's probably working. Yeah, because we are between that range for sure. Curious, are we going to get one right now? I didn't see the percentage. Yeah, we did get one. So it's actually already producing it. So we don't actually have to do anything else there. Let's go to industrial. Should be able to make this quite fast, even with this small little setup here. So let's go ahead and put these in here. There you go. Get each one of them operate. These are to make them use more power and make them a lot faster at the same time as well. Let's go ahead and do that. Another one, this one here. And this one doesn't take one of them. Maybe it's not the efficiency. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh yeah, I can't take the speeds, but I can take the other ones, right? There you go. So it takes the efficiency and the processing, which point out we'll get some other ores as well, which I guess aren't really a big deal. I'll probably void them off. Maybe we'll just go ahead and put a barrel here and decide what I want to keep out of this. But for the most part, this is already done. I mean, we're getting a good amount of the raw, all the body of ore. So it kind of just supplements what we're getting anyway. You can see we're getting it very quickly as well. It works really well. We did get this hooked up to a drawer to storage bus. Let's go ahead and grab a barrel. So I got myself a storage bus all hooked up here and ready to go. Have it set to extract only as well, because I don't ever want to put things into the storage yet again. So it's going to go ahead and bring this across over here. Get it hooked up to a channel here, which point the system should be able to see these raw materials now. So we go here and go to, I guess, all the, and then mod. There you go. You have a raw ore here. Have to make a smelting recipe for that. But I think this is effectively done. So all I did outside of that was in here set the output to output the top. So just like that. We're getting a whole bunch of other random ores as well. Not really anything we can do about that. I mean, might be dependent on the level we set, but I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters too much. It's just going to get us this random junk here that we don't really need. I do have 2 of the stack upgrades here. So we could hold 65,000 items per slot. Then I threw in a void upgrade. The only reason the void there is so it has this setting here. Allow a single slot to be filled with the item and voids anything that overflows, right? So if anything ever gets too high, I'll just get voided off. I may set up an auto smelt recipe, I guess, on this stuff here. Although we really don't need that much in this pack. I was doing the numbers, and it wasn't much. There isn't much raw, all the bodium that you actually need in this pack. So not too concerned about our amounts at all. I'm just not sure why we need this machine. Like I said here, it said we did it for fluorite, but we're definitely getting that from our sifting setup now. So I wonder if they just haven't updated this quest for the change, you know what I mean? But we definitely need it to be able to get this done, right? So we have this one here. It's time, and we get ourselves a ultimate pipe upgrade, which is actually pretty cool. We also just got a whole bunch of random quests done. That's insane. Why are so many? Oh, why is it saying they're all complete? So we're going ahead and made a bunch more stuff here. We're going to go ahead and do a setup here to get us this here, ether gas. With ether gas, we could use this to later make us a wither builder. And that wither builder will be used to make us a wither compass. So I want to go ahead and get that done. It is a little dangerous, so we're going to be setting it up inside a hyperbox here. Hyperbox are really easy to make too. So I guess you go to hyper here. They just take some crying obsidian and some ender pearls, and they're pretty good in that regards, right? So pretty simple, I should say. And here you got a little pocket dimension. When you first put it down too, you kind of name it, right? So you see here, it has a name. It was called, I guess, Wither Milker, right? So that's basically what we're doing here. We're doing a little independent power setup in here too. So what we'll have is it's a blazing crystal, like right here. It's that center. There you go. Go ahead and throw the generator here. Then we'll go ahead and do a sink as well. And we just need one of these to kind of power a singular machine. Then we'll power the other machines another way. Just because the stasis here, the stasis chamber, if it ever loses power, you're at risk of having the wither fly around. But if you have I guess, a independent way of powering it, you don't have to really worry about it because it'll never run out of power because, well, it can't because this is passive and infinite. I have a configurator here, right? So this here is what you need to work on these mechanism piping here. You have to shift and right click on the ends to set the extracts or the inserts, so that's good there. That should be producing power, no problem. At which point we go ahead and grab our stasis chamber and get that puppy down, right? So let's go ahead and do something like that there. Then we'll go ahead and grab ourselves the power cables. Where are my power cables at? Do I have any more universals? Because if not, I'll just go ahead and make more. Go ahead and do that. I already have them right here. There you go. Go ahead and pull power off that. Power this machine. And this is already ready to go. So this will just lock the wither in place, basically. Make them so you can't move ever. So it's pretty basic, right? And simple to do. Also, if you get on it, it kind of does the same thing to you. But just locks mobs in place so they can't do anything. Anyway, should just be locked in now. He can't actually move. His health will slowly go up, but he'll never actually explode, which is fine. You can see he's not paying any attention to me at all whatsoever. All we really need to do is get our little milking machine on the top. Then we're going to pump the fluid out of the top as well. All we should have to do is get this fluid laser base kind of over his head like thus. And go ahead and grab the laser drills here. Then we'll just kind of set them up. Put one there. Put one on each side, I guess. We'll do this, this. That doesn't really matter too much. Probably going to need a couple points here as well, just to power this thing. So let's go ahead, do one here, just so we don't have to run it like cabling. Let's do something like that. And that right here. These ones I don't care. If they ever lose power, it's not actually going to hurt anything. Then we'll have to go ahead and make a lens here in a second, but that's going to start working, right? So it's trying to do its thing here. Not sure how many blocks it has to be up either. 1, 2, 3, looks like 5. I'm not sure if 4 works, but either way, that works there. And this is ready to go. And I guess the last thing will be to pump the liquids out at the done, when it's done, I guess, and put it through the top, right? So what I'll end up doing here is just having a little bit of piping up this way. Something like this here, because you can actually pipe through these machines, which is kind of cool. I think we have to set the outside first. Let's go ahead and do that first. So go ahead here, and then put down a drawer like this. I think it will now connect correctly. Yeah, you see that it's actually connected. So once it gets the fluid, it'll be good to go ahead and actually move those liquids outside into that drawer there. And the last thing we need here is a lens. So I went ahead and set up the recipe for the purple lens we're going to need here, just so I didn't have to deal with a quarter bucket of latex, because otherwise I'm going to have to break the machine to replace it. I didn't want to do that. So anyway, let's go ahead and do this right here. There you go. That should be able to make that pretty quickly. We've got ourselves a purple lens here. This is the recipe here too, so super simple, super easy. It is a quarter bucket though, which is a little annoying. Outside of that, let's go ahead and jump inside and then probably pop this into the machine, at which point this should start working pretty much instantly, right? There you go. Got ourselves our first little bit of ether gas there. Want to go ahead and set the output of the top. So we can hunt down the top here. Do a push. That should start going up through this piping. And then we want to go ahead and give these upgrades as well. So that there, that's good. A little faster, and then a little faster there. Now, we don't need a lot of this stuff at all whatsoever. We really only need a very minor amount of this stuff, but need what we need, right? I'll go ahead and get those ones in there as well. Here you go. We're getting 10 millibuckets per kind of operation. The operation is going pretty quick. It's going out the top, no problem. There's none of the piping. And if I go outside there, that should be in this drawer out here, right? Let's see here. Right there. There you go. Already got 230 buckets of it. At which point I can actually move this too, which was my plan from the get-go. I just want to kind of get everything set up first. So go ahead and put it over here. Go ahead and keep it kind of in the same area, like right here. That should keep going up there. So it's all set up. Oh, one other thing we need to do here. I don't think these chunk load by default. So what you want to do is come in here and go into your FTB chunk map. and go to, oh no, that's not it. Claim chunks, there you go. Then we want to claim this, and then we want to force load that. At which point that should stay loaded always, and we shouldn't have to worry about that ever. So yeah, that's going to be effectively our setup. So all we really need, I guess, is a storage bus. I should lock this drawer too. I haven't been locking these drawers, have I? I guess I didn't have to do any filtering when I think about it. I haven't been locking these. Like, why haven't I done this? Why didn't I not do these things? Why do I do the things I do? I have to lock that third one as well. We've been working with a lot of fluids today. But that's effectively our setup, right? And then we'll just need a bus there, a storage bus. So hunt down one of these right here. Go to grab that puppy, get that on the back, give it a cable, and this is effectively done. If I could actually go ahead and target that. There you go. It's a little weird space back here, but it was just leftover space behind the fisher, right? So I just want to fit it here. So I think I have this all sorted out. Everything is good to go. Go ahead and show you here. I can actually make myself a wither builder now. So it's going to go through all the different machine frames. We now have the ether gas for the top level one. So go ahead and start that. Show you how it's going to work here. It's just going to go ahead and do the things, doing all the stuff, being, I guess, processed here. So we did the first one with the latex. This would be the next one with the pink slime. And this is the last one with the ether gas. There you go. We already have a wither builder, which is part of the ATM star, like I said. So I'd like to be able to have that on AutoCraft. Everything's working, and it's all fantastic. I did change one setting. I did derp, I guess, one tiny bit there. What I did was I had this set to insert only, turned it back to bi-directional. So pretty cool and really working. So yeah, very, very little clean setup. All we really need for the pack. I don't think we'll really need much more of this. That's why I didn't really build anything crazier in this. I think this is just fine. And with this setup here, like the actual thermal generator, this thing will never, like it literally can't run out of power ever. So we never have to worry about it. So really good bet to put inside one of these hyper boxes here. Works out really well. But yeah, I think that's pretty amazing. I really love this pack, how I've been able to keep all my builds so clean. Everything is so clean. Like usually this thing here, the ore laser base, I usually do it all jank, right? So I usually do it like this. I know a lot of people do. They do the rings around it and stuff like that. You can actually completely enclose this thing with multiple layers and stuff as long as you can power all the machines. It's insane how many lasers you could actually get around this thing and make it really fast. But we don't need it, and there's really no reason for it, so not bothering. So I like this little setup we got here. This little box up here. Everything's hooked up to a storage bus. Everything has a place. We're keeping set amounts so our E2 system never gets bogged down. I'm just happy about everything. So I think I'm going to go ahead and actually wrap this one up here. So as always, if you guys like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. Really liked it. Hit that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. Well, you guys all have a good one. See you guys in the next video. Later.